The City of Waterloo, in cooperation with its many active and inspiring entities, presents Heart for the City, a chance to hear and see what's going on in our city and to meet people who serve you, teach you, entertain you, help you, all neighbors and like you. Make this a city on the move. And now, here's our host, the Honorable Quentin Hart.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on Heart for the City. I'm Quentin Hart, proud mayor of Waterloo. And you may remember the gym classes you took during your school years. It had well-taught, stimulating classes in the gymnasium. You learned valuable physical skills that set a pattern of lifelong fitness and provided valuable social experiences as well. Physical activity is undeniably important for all of us, including children. And we have in Waterloo a world-class fitness facility available to all in the Cedar Valley and is located in the south end of downtown near the Young Arena and Waterloo Center for the Arts. Built on 2 city blocks, this facility is a mecca for a multitude of health-related activities. It is the Cedar Valley SportsPlex. Stay tuned, as there is a lot to reveal about the place where activity lifestyles take shape.
Getting healthy has never been easier with a membership at Cedar Valley SportsPlex. Offering 80 free classes a week at all skill levels, there's always new and fun opportunities to grow. You never have to miss out on your favorites with our state-of-the-art facilities, featuring great exercise equipment, a track and field, pool, and 2 regulation gyms. So whether your game is football or pickleball, let the Cedar Valley SportsPlex turn your routine into something amazing.
The Cedar Valley SportsPlex is rich in activities for citizens of all ages. To help us find out some of what is going on there is Katy Moeller, who is the Aquatics and Member Services Specialist. so welcome, Katy, to Heart for the City. So,
thanks for having me.
When we hear Aquatics Member Service Specialist, what does that actually mean? What do you do?
So, as a member services specialist, I do everything from trying to talk individuals into everything about the SportsPlex, getting them involved in wanting to get a membership and all the activities that we are involved in as well. And then with Aquatics, I'm in charge of our indoor aquatic facility as well as Burns and Gates pools.
Oh, wow. So are you a swimmer? Were you ever a swimmer?
I was not on the swim team, but I was a lifeguard for a lot of years.
Okay, there we go. I had to ask that question.
Yeah.
So the SportsPlex has been open how many years?
It'll be 5 years.
5 years already? Wow, seems like just yesterday. But there's always things changing. So what's new since it opened?
So since we opened the doors 5 years ago, we've actually incorporated a lot of new fitness machines. Our rowing machine, our BMI machine, which deals with your body metric screening. We have Plex Pedal, which is our new spin studio, a new TRX Core fitness studio, different enhancements that we've done in the basketball courts. We've had a lot of different innovations throughout.
So the producer of this show, William K., so even the spin class, could he do the spin class too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's somewhere out in there. We're going to invite William K. so we can have footage next time you come up, William doing the spin class.
That'd be
so
great.
Everybody in here, you like that, right? I got him on that one, but we get him for real. But the membership, though, is membership growing? Is it declining, or how's membership doing?
Our membership has grown tremendously. We're at about 2,700 package counts of either continuous adult, continuous family, couples, and then we're a little over 5,000 members.
Okay. And there's certain times of the year you have different programs that are coming up, but what do you have coming up here in the next couple months?
So right now we just started a flag football clinic. We are just beginning youth basketball, and then we do partner with Cedar Valley Youth Soccer Association, so they're just getting ready to start for us. We deal with Ruby Gymnastics, and so we have a lot of different rentals coming up throughout as well.
And what's interesting, because my son and daughter, they actually receive letters, so they find it pretty important when something is coming up, they get a letter with their name on it about the different activities. So they absolutely enjoy it, and I think my daughter wants to play point guard. She's a
awesome.
first grader, so we'll see if they can stay focused. And I do have another funny, and I know I'm getting off track, but was always great when you're working with young people. And you have pickleball for those that enjoy that, a myriad of different activities for everyone. But what's funny in the flag football games, the kids can be serious, they can be competitive, and then all of a sudden the plane will fly over and everybody kind of looks up while the game is going on.
Yep.
Anyway, that's my but what are some of the benefits for memberships or for a member?
The biggest thing I've noticed is being able to involve the whole family. So, mom and dad want to go upstairs, they want to work out and use all of our pre-core fitness equipment. They want to go to that spin class. They can do that and know that their kids are downstairs playing either on the basketball courts in the 30,000 square foot field turf, swimming. So it's definitely something that encompasses the whole family.
And there's a little bit of a lazy river in there somewhat, or is it a...
It's a resistance channel.
There we go,
Yeah.
there we go.
So some people use it like a lazy river.
And so you have, so tell us about the pool and about the swimming lessons you offer as well.
So we have 3 regulation-sized lap lanes. So a lot of times early in the morning and throughout the day, we have a lot of lap swim times. And then at night we have those swim lessons where we can do 5 different lesson groups throughout. So we can only go up to our deckhands, being that we're a 5-foot pool. But we do infant swim lessons, toddler swim lessons, all the way up until deckhands. So really we can teach them all of the main strokes.
And you know what's great too, because the pool, that's really something for everyone.
Yeah.
Because you'll also, well, I won't give, we talked about youth activities, but what about our seniors?
So you named pickleball. That's a huge one. We have pickleball every day carved out from 8 to 11:30. And usually we have about 50 individuals that partake in that every single morning. If they're waiting, they'll have coffee. We offer coffee right next to the gym courts. So that's a really big one. And typically, a lot of the pickleballers will do that right after they've taken a swimming class.
Has William K. played pickleball yet?
I haven't seen him.
So that's the second thing we're going to do. We're promising you video of him doing all these things. But we also have, it's also attraction for larger sports, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell us about that?
So like I said, we do partner with Cedar Valley Youth Soccer. So that's a really large group that comes in. They have tournaments there almost every weekend. We partner with Ruby's Gymnastics. They're getting ready to have one of their gymnastics events there. We deal with primetime basketball, Cedar Valley Court Kings.
Yeah, I went to a ring ceremony there as well.
We have their games there. It kind of just depends. We have a lot of different big organizations.
And you have a running, walking track upstairs as well. How large is that?
So it's 3 lap lanes, and then 6 1/4 laps are a mile.
Oh, wow. Okay. And special events, you want to host a party, or how do you do special events, or do you host?
Yep, so we have different birthday party packages. We have, you can rent out the pool and kind of do a birthday party with the pool and use one of the adjacent rooms for that. We have an indoor play, so you can use the indoor play facility. That holds about 50 to 60 guests.
Wow.
And then we have our multi-purpose room, so a lot of people do graduation parties there, retirement parties. The gymnasium, if you want to rent a court, you can do that. Same with the field turf. So we have a lot of different options.
And for people that have families, you have child care there as well?
Yep. So child care is an additional fee. It's $15 a month.
A month?
Yeah.
$15 a month?
Yep, and you can do it up to 2 hours a day.
So I can just drop my daughter off, regardless if I'm going to the SportsPlex or not, drop her off and then go have some fun.
Well, you're probably supposed to be working out during that.
Oh, okay, let's get that.
But you could definitely utilize it during that.
Oh my gosh, and then volunteers. Are volunteers welcome?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. What are the hours?
So Monday through Friday, we're open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
And then Saturday and Sunday, we open at 7 a.m. and then we close at 8 p.m.
Okay, and if I wanted more information about what's going on?
I would definitely go to our website, www.cvsportsplex.org. Otherwise, you can always stop in. Front desk can help, give a tour. You can contact me. I can give you a tour, give you information. All of our information and contact info is on our website as well.
And you know what's great? The diversity of people that actually go there. You'll find seniors to young people, all different types of races, different socioeconomic statuses. So that's the beautiful thing about the SportsPlex that I've been able to see. And, you know, thank you very much for your effort. And the SportsPlex certainly is a thriving, active contributor to the health and well-being of our citizens and citizens of any age. So, Katy, you know, thank you for all that you do, and please convey to all the SportsPlex who do such a great job of maintaining the facility and providing many healthy, quality programs and opportunities that are available there. And my heartfelt and healthy thanks goes to you as well. The SportsPlex was initially the vision of the developer and philanthropist Rick Young, whom has done so much for this community, and he desired to see an affordable, high-quality fitness facility accessible to everyone. And it has truly, truly become a cornerstone at the city's Riverfront Renaissance plan and has been a stimulus for economic development. So make no mistake about it, many people and organizations made the Cedar Valley SportsPlex possible. Thanks to the generosity and hard work of many, the facility is a community center, a gymnasium, a point of pride, and whatever you call the Cedar Valley SportsPlex, it now belongs to you. By the way, the lease purchase agreement between the City of Waterloo and the Waterloo Development Corporation, the originating entity, requires any operating profits to be set aside for future capital needs and are not transferred to the city's general operating fund. And this is the only funding mechanism in place for large-scale future repairs. And so to date, and I believe for the foreseeable future, the SportsPlex will continue to be self-sustaining. The Cedar Valley SportsPlex is a $26 million facility built with private donations and operated by the City of Waterloo Leisure Services. So turning to another sector of prominence and pride, we experience world-class music and visual arts in many forms, and more on some of that after this.
When I ride my bike, I am always very careful and stay safe at all times. I always wear a properly fitted helmet. I check the safety lights in the front and back of my bike, and no matter where I ride, I keep an eye out for cars, even when riding on the sidewalk. This message is brought to you by Drive Safe Cedar Valley.
Welcome back to Heart for the City. Some people like one or more forms of music, country, jazz, hip-hop, or rap, but the power and beauty of a chorale group will most certainly leave any music lover breathless. To me, there is an inherent thrill that always occurs when I hear the combined voices of people singing soprano and alto and tenor and bass to classical or pop numbers. And you should hear me while I'm singing in the shower. But that's another story. But it allows me to escape the everyday world where you can get such an experience. And here to answer that question is Dr. Amy Kotsonis, Metropolitan Chorale Director, Artistic Director, and Assistant Professor of Choral Ensembles and Music Education at the University of Northern Iowa. So welcome, Dr. Kotsonis.
Thank you.
It's a privilege to have you here on Heart for the City. Now that's a pretty impressive title. Even if you just list that on a resume, you'll get the job. So,
Thanks.
But tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became the Artistic Director of the Metropolitan Chorale.
Sure. So I'm entering my 5th year with the Chorale. I moved to Iowa in 2014 for my position at the University of Northern Iowa, and it just so happened that the previous director had just left and they were searching for somebody, and I was looking for more ways to get involved in the community. When I moved to Iowa, I knew 2 people that live in Iowa City, and that was it. And so it was a nice way to get to know a lot of other people, and I really love people that choose to be lifelong singers.
And so when and where did the chorale begin?
It's actually
next
year we're celebrating our 65th anniversary.
Wow.
It's a really old organization, and a lot of really wonderful conductors have come through and singers. And so we perform all over the Cedar Valley, sometimes in Waterloo, sometimes in Cedar Falls, just depending, and do a lot of collaboration with local groups as well.
And so when you say local groups, that leads me to the question, so do other choirs perform as part of part of this?
Yeah, one of the big things that I felt as a priority is outreach within our community, that we're not just doing concerts with just ourselves all the time, but doing other things. So November 4th, we have a concert, and we're going to be joined by the Waverly Shell Rock High School Chorus, as well as the Dyke New Hartford Chorus.
Right.
And we've done previous concerts with some other high schools, with Waterloo West, with Janesville, Dunkerton. Last year we combined with another local choir, Bel Canto of the Cedar Valley, and they joined us for the Mozart Requiem at the Gallagher Bluedorn.
That's impressive. So how can someone become a member of the chorale, and are there auditions?
There are no auditions. Anybody can just walk in the door and sing with us. And so you can go to our website, metchorale.com, or you can go to our Facebook as well. We basically have 2 semesters a year. You don't have to join for the whole year. You can just join for one concert. So we start usually in August and then have a November concert. Then we take a break over the holidays and start again in January, and usually have an April concert. So you can just join for either or for both of those. And every once in a while we'll do a third concert in the year, but it just kind of depends on the season.
So I can actually come in?
You can totally come in. We would love to have you. What voice part?
Okay. Remember that. So next year at this time, we're going to come back with some video of that, and you're going to kick me out. But no, I'm glad you. Is there a membership fee to join?
There is a membership fee, and we also offer scholarships. So there's an adult membership fee. We also have a student fee. We do have several college students that are singing with us. And those fees go to help pay for myself, our accompanist, and our rehearsal locations and concert locations.
And you mentioned flexibility in the schedule, but someone can join at any time, or? Basically
at the start of a semester. So either join in August or join in January, but we'll take registration through our first 3 rehearsals. So if you find out about it after the fact, you can still join a few weeks in and be perfectly fine.
And do you only have rehearsals in Cedar Falls, or where?
We're currently rehearsing in Cedar Falls.
Okay.
We've actually had 3 different rehearsal locations since I started. We're now rehearsing on University in Maine at the Nazareth Lutheran Church.
Okay.
That's been a wonderful space for us to be able to utilize, and it's very convenient to get to no matter where you are.
Right. And so, you know, I'm reading here, it says the chorale has performed such classical pieces as Bach's Mass in B minor and Schubert's Mass in G. But what if you're not a big fan of classical numbers, or lighter or more popular pieces do you perform?
Sure. We've actually done a couple of special concerts right over here at the Waterloo Center for the Arts.
Okay.
So a couple years ago we did a jazz concert, and it was all kind of jazz, classical standards, and got to have a jazz quartet come over and perform as well. And so that was totally non-classical music. And then we just did another concert last spring, and it was all Broadway music.
Okay.
So we do that about every 2 years to try to do something different. And we also don't always just do major works. Sometimes this concert we're just doing a bunch of shorter songs.
Right. And so in the future, or this coming season, do you already have a lineup of what you're going to do?
Sure. For the November concert, we're actually quite close to that. And so we're doing just a bunch of shorter pieces. And then for our April concert, we're actually doing a special Unity concert. And that's something that if anybody's interested in participating in, both as an audience member or singing-wise or playing-wise, we're working with several community members to kind of get a bunch of people from the Waterloo Cedar Falls community together.
And so you're working with the myriad of different groups, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, but you know, that's on the group portion. But what about solos? How does someone like myself get a solo?
Sure. Pretty much every single concert there are solos that are available, and for the majority of the time the solos do come from the chorale, so anyone who wants to audition can do that. Sometimes for our major works we may not have somebody of that voice part that's in the chorale that wants to do that, and so I've reached out with my connections at UNI, and we often will have student soloists that come over from the university.
And then of course the fee you talked about earlier covering costs, but there has to be some other fees associated. Where does some of the funding come from?
Sure, we have several grants that help support us, and we're really lucky to be supported by members of the community. And we also have donations from members of the community that help a lot with some of our costs.
Right. And so on a personal level, are you still the director of the UNI Women's Chorus?
I am. We are actually celebrating the 130th anniversary this weekend.
Oh my gosh, wow. What history.
Yeah, and so they are the oldest ensemble on campus of everybody. And so we have a bunch of alumni coming back this weekend, and we're going to have a special concert that they're going to join us in.
Do you have a slideshow?
Yes.
You do?
We have some pretty fantastic pictures. We have people coming from graduates of the 50s all through last year.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
Wow,
really
that's
interesting
incredible.
seeing some of the attire that they had
Okay,
over the
okay.
years.
And will they be performing during Christmas this year
We
during the holiday season?
We do actually do usually a concert over here in Waterloo at a church usually in November, right before the holidays, and then also at the Cedar Falls Women's Club. We do a concert in December.
And then tell me once again, where will it be held at?
The November 4th concert, Met Chorale?
That one and then the Christmas one again.
Sure. The Met Chorale will be at Nazareth Lutheran on University of Maine in Cedar Falls.
Lazarus Lutheran?
Yes, exactly. They have a new name now. And then for the women's chorus, you can see them at the Cedar Falls Women's Club, and we're still working on the logistics for the other location.
And I don't know, do you ever need volunteers to help out, or are you
We
pretty
can
much
always
seamless?
use volunteers, especially around concert time, especially when we have other groups coming in. It's really helpful to have people. We have a wonderful board as well, but volunteers are always welcome.
And once again, how would someone get in contact?
So they can find Met Chorale on Facebook, Metropolitan Chorale, or our website is www.met-chorale.com.
Okay. Chorale, C-H-O-R-A-L-E.
Correct.
All right. So, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us, providing great insight to the activities of the wonderful, talented, and dedicated members of the Metropolitan Chorale. We are certainly blessed to have the chorale as part of our great musical experiences in Waterloo and the Cedar Valley. Dr. Kotsonis completed a Doctor of Philosophy in Music Education at Florida State University. She is also a graduate of the University of New Hampshire with a Master's of Arts in Choral Conducting and Music History. From New York University, she has a Bachelor's of Science in Music Education. An active clinician, she has directed choral workshops and conducted festivals throughout New England, New York City, and Florida. Dr. Kotsonis is active in state and national organizations, has presented at state, national, and international conferences. Her work includes preparing choruses for radio, television, recording sessions, tours, and performances throughout New York City's concert halls and abroad. And we are so proud to have her here in the Cedar Valley. There's more to come. Stay with us.
Discover your past, present, and future at the Grant Museum District. Explore and play at the Blue Science Imaginarium. This interactive science center provides fun, hands-on exhibits and live science demonstrations. Visitors can explore more than 90 different exhibits and marvel at the aquariums and enclosures that are home to a variety of amphibians, fish, reptiles, snakes, and arachnids. Enjoy both permanent and temporary exhibits at the Grant Museum of History and Science. Take in a planetarium show and learn all about the history of the Cedar Valley. Marvel at the Victorian elegance of the Snowden House and the Rensselaer Russell House Museum. Visit the Sullivan Brothers Iowa Veterans Museum and take in its traditional and interactive displays. Veteran stories are told throughout the museum's mini theaters, interactive maps, dog tag stations, and more. Visit gmdistrict.org for details, hours, and rates.
Our next guest has said, our community has been given a gift of creative young people. And based on a project in California, she helped form the Youth Art Team in 2010 in partnership with Orchard Hill Church in Cedar Falls and Harvest Vineyard Church in Waterloo. And what is the Youth Art Team? Here to tell us about it is Heidi Fuchtman. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I barely got through that, so I'm hoping it will be better. But tell us a little bit. I know you're absolutely passionate about tapping into the creative abilities of our young people. But tell us a little bit about your background, or what's your story?
Okay. Well, I'm from the Des Moines area. I came here for college, and I am a self-employed graphic designer. That's what I've done ever since graduating. But once I had children, I realized how creative they were, and have realized that when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of examples of what you can do when you're a creative person with your life, but have discovered since then there's so many opportunities to be creative in your profession, in your personal life. So that's kind of something that led to Youth Art Team.
And it's interesting too, because I look at my daughter and she's like, "Daddy, I just made these for you." And then sometimes you're tired, but then I start to think about, she is expressing herself through a form of art. She's excited about it. So the more we listen, the more we cultivate. So I think about you when I'm listening to her and I'm tired. And
Good.
But you're a founding member and a coordinator of the Cedar Valley's Youth Art Team. But how did this project occur to you?
Well, a group of people were sort of getting to know some kids and noticed how creative they were. So that was one aspect, and then there was also a call from parents for more activities for kids. So that mixed with my sort of noticing how amazing young people are brought this whole thing together, where we tried to develop a way to engage young people in the community through artwork.
Right. So it was meeting a need, tapping into the creativity and the artistic expressions of our young people, and then having parents that also express something. But what I'm wondering, so from that, like, how did it get established? Was it, because you do a lot.
Yeah. Well, the first project we pulled together with 17 young people. Some may have considered them artists at the time, themselves artists, and others. We just pulled together kids from all different parts of the community and did one project. And that's sort of how things have grown over time, just one project at a time. We have a core team of artists who have been doing these projects together now since 2010. So by really focusing on that core team, they have created all of these new opportunities for even more young people in the community.
And so is it a summer program, or is it all year long? What's the time frame?
Yeah, what we usually have, a typical year looks like one large-scale project where we meet in sessions in the fall and in the spring. And we have been collaborating with several people, different groups, on these projects. And then in the summer, we started summer camps. And that is an opportunity for new people to sign up and participate with Youth Art Team. And some of our oldest students actually help lead those camps.
Okay.
So yeah, different opportunities all year.
And so opportunities, absolutely, all year. But how many young people? You mentioned 17 at the beginning. Does that number fluctuate a little bit, or how many young people are there right now?
Yeah, so on the core team, we currently have about 30. Their ages are right now between the ages of 6 and 15. And then summer camps, we have another 30 who just participated in summer camps with us this year. And they, the youngest was 5 when we did that camp. And then we, through this core team, have been able to reach hundreds of young people through schools and through activities we do in the summer, at summer arts events.
And are you, as a organization, currently a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, so we, Youth Art Team is something that sort of just happened, that we created was sort of a grassroots effort. And over time, it has grown so much that now we are developing, we decided we're going to become our own nonprofit. We've partnered with others in the past to get to this point. So we're really looking to the community to help support everything that goes along with starting your very own independent
Tell us
organization.
about a couple large-scale projects you've done.
Okay. One that we're doing right now that we're excited about is a mural for the trolley car trail bridge on North Hackett.
Right.
The core team did a 1-week summer camp where they learned about the trolley and the history that has played in our community, and we talked about what was going on in the world at that time.
Right.
And so after the students brainstormed all kinds of ideas about what they wanted to do on the bridge, we noticed the theme of bold shapes and patterns sort of emerged in their drawings. And realized that since the bridge was built in 1916, World War I was happening at the time, and the British and American navies were doing something called dazzle camouflage, which was something they did on ships, where they broke up the ships into different patterns to make it hard for the torpedoes to actually hit the ships. So we have been dazzle camouflaging that bridge, and finding ways for the young people to do the work themselves.
And there's one other project you probably want to mention.
There's so many.
Well, one in particular.
Yes.
It's kind of like a bridge, maybe.
Yes.
But you want to talk about that one?
Yes, the bridge. So.
I know that was selfish. They do.
No.
They do a bunch of different projects. Yeah, but this one was good.
Yeah, so the bridge we've been very excited about. The 4th Street Bridge, the Canopy Bridge. We have done murals that have been installed inside the bridge when you walk across. And we've been excited about that because the bridge is such an icon for Waterloo. So it's a very special opportunity for young people to have, to be a part of that bridge's story. And the whole creative process for the murals, we're building bridges among the young artists as they're actually creating the artwork.
And that's special too, because when we take a look at our young people, they see things go up all the time, but how many of them can walk by and say, I had a piece of doing that? And if we want our young people to come back, then we need to create avenues and opportunities for them to be able to express themselves and be a part of the community. So yeah, I mean, I walked the bridge. I'm so grateful, and what a tremendous project out of so many projects that you do. And is the artwork on there protected from graffiti, just in case that happens?
So the great thing about public artwork is that it actually deters graffiti when people see an investment in the community through the artwork. We have not had problems with that in the past, and it's something that we just keep an eye out for, so that if it ever did happen, we're able to paint over it and kind of take care of that, but we haven't had that problem.
And your contact information?
Yeah, you can learn more at youthartteam.com or on Facebook. That's probably the best way to reach us.
Okay. So Heidi, thank you so much for letting us in on this very creative enterprise for kids. You were impressed by a young student who came up with the theme, Love is Power, and as a part of a public mural. And this has become a common thread among other projects. And I know we all concur with what you so elegantly said. The more we can give young people with ideas, space to practice leadership, the more they're going to be able to influence their communities in positive ways when they grow up. And this is yet another reason to be proud of our progressive Waterloo community. By the way, Heidi is married and raising 4 kids, budding artists, I suspect. And in 2017, she was a recipient of the Courier's 20 Under 40 Award, and she has taken her love for art and used it to provide an amazing benefit to the development of our young people. And I will leave you with one more of Heidi's quotes, and it is, whether or not they become artists when they are grown, I hope they've learned creative problem solving, that they see themselves as contributing members of our community, that they have power, and that their voice is important. We'll be right back.
There's a place that lies directly between where you've been and where you're going. It's the place in the middle, the place where your past and future connect. Hawkeye Community College is that place, connecting you to great faculty, engaged students, and four-year destinations like the University of Northern Iowa. Every masterpiece starts with a blank canvas, and every success story begins with an empty page. Start writing your story today. Hawkeye Community College. Connect.
Well, that's our show. We have an outstanding reference for entertainment, shopping, eating, sporting events, and other activities. And that is the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau newly branded website, experiencewaterloo.com. This website is for visitors and for everyone who lives in the area. So take a look. There is so much going on. And be sure to go to experiencewaterloo.com so you won't miss out on all the exciting activities centered around Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And it's not too late to plan for the holidays. And remember to tell others that Heart for the City episodes are available for viewing on the City of Waterloo homepage, and that's cityofwaterlooiowa.com. Also, be sure to like Heart for the City on Facebook. So please join us next time, and thanks for watching Heart for the City. Until then, I think you will agree it's a great day to be in Waterloo.